Welcome back everyone. Today we're checking out all the biggest games coming in October 2025. It's a seriously packed month. We've got blockbuster sequels, highly anticipated shooters, and some awesome indies alongside dark horror entries. No matter what you're into, there's something worth adding to your wishlist. I'll be covering what each game is about, when it's launching, and what additions you can grab. As always, all dates and prices are accurate at the time of recording and are in pound sterling. Sit back and relax, like, comment, and please consider subscribing. I'd really appreciate it. Let's jump straight into the games coming in October 2025. Arc Raiders, third-person cooperative shooter from Embark Studios, the devs behind the finals, where squads of players take on overwhelming mechanical drone enemies known as Arc. These towering insect-like machines patrol the surface, and survival means scavenging gear, coordinating tactics, and using the environment to your advantage. Below, the vibrant underground society of Speranza acts as your hub for crafting, upgrades, and questing. The game leans heavily into teamwork and improvisation. You'll scavenge abandoned outposts, scrap down machines for parts, and craft gadgets that can swing the tide of battle. Combat is fast-paced and cinematic, with physics-driven destruction and verticality that lets you grapple, vault, and flank enemies in unexpected ways. Outside of combat, Arc Raiders blends in extraction-style progression. Each mission lets you gather resources, upgrade your loadouts, and bring better gear into the next fight. Fail to extract and you risk losing valuable rewards, raising the stakes every time you deploy. What's more is you got to keep an eye out for other players in their squads trying to gun you down as well. This PvPvE kind of extraction shooter. Style is unique too, a retro-futuristic 80s aesthetic, synthwave soundtrack, and glowing, desolate landscapes make every battle feel both bleak and stylish. It's also a big chance for players to try it out before launch. There's a server slam open playtest that runs from the 17th to the 19th of October, giving everyone a chance to stress test the servers and see the gameplay loop in action. Love to see the devs taking this approach rather than waiting to see if the servers fail on the day. Other devs, please take note. The full release arrives 30th of October 2025, launching simultaneously on PC, PlayStation 5 and Xbox Series X and S. It'll be £30.99 for the standard edition and £49.99 for the deluxe edition, which includes some outfits, cosmetics, and some in-game currency to put towards more cosmetics. Arc Raiders will continue to evolve post-launch with new seasonal content, challenges, and cosmetic battle passes to keep players invested long-term. They have a season pass model a little bit like Helldivers 2, their war bonds, where you can buy those certain season packs and then you unlock to get different cosmetics and outfits and things like that. This is my most anticipated game of the year so far after playing the previous two playtests. I can't wait to dive into this properly at the end of the month. Battlefield 6 marks the long-awaited return of DICE's flagship shooter, and it's shaping up to be the series' biggest entry to date. Focus is back on massive all-out warfare, with matches supporting up to 64 players, sprawling maps, and the kind of destruction the franchise is famous for. The game introduces dynamic, evolving battlefields. Buildings can be leveled, terrain reshaped. It's all about adapting quickly whether you're on foot, in a tank, or piloting jets and helicopters across land, sea, and air. Class systems return, but with modern flexibility. Classes now allow for custom loadouts and gadgets, but still not fully locking the weapons yet, so you can mix archetypes to suit your squad's needs. Expect the tactical squad play that made Battlefield a favourite, but with even more freedom to experiment, but without the gung-ho approach that Battlefield 2042 had with its specialist system, where you could kind of have any weapon and gadget combo. That felt a bit too far from the series' roots. Multiplayer will feature the traditional Conquest, Breakthrough, and Rush modes, and there'll also be a new large-scale scenario, including a revamped all-out warfare mode that blends sandbox creativity with competitive objectives. Smaller squad-based modes will also cater to players looking for a tighter, more tactical experience. Crossplay is fully supported across PC, PS5, and Xbox Series X and S, with cross-progression, so your unlocks and stats carry wherever you play. DICE is also committing to ongoing live service with new maps, seasonal battle passes, and free updates. There is also the Battle Royale mode. I don't believe that is coming at launch, but that will be something that will come in the future. Battlefield 6 officially launches 10th of October 2025. The standard edition is priced at $59.99, and the Phantom edition is $89.99, which adds the Battle Pass, soldier and weapon skins, as well as some XP boosters and other cosmetics. With scale, spectacle, and next-gen destruction, Battlefield 6 looks set to reclaim its crown as the ultimate sandbox shooter, and I can't wait. Obsidian is back with The Outer Worlds 2, a brand new RPG set in an entirely new star system with a fresh cast of characters, factions, and stories to uncover. Known for sharp writing and branching narratives, Obsidian is once again leaning into a choice-driven role-playing where your decisions shape not just the story, but the fate of the entire colonies. This sequel is bigger in scale than the first game, with expanded hub worlds, more diverse biomes, and deeper quest lines. You'll build a crew of misfits, customize your ship as your mobile base, and take on contracts that balance humor, satire, and moral dilemmas in classic Obsidian fashion. Combat has also had a serious upgrade. Gunplay is faster and more responsive, with a wider variety of weapons and mods, alongside skill trees that let you tailor your character for diplomacy, stealth, or brute force. Companions now have expanded AI roles, more powerful abilities, and branching loyalty missions that affect their relationship with you, and in turn, the story's outcome. As before, factions are at the heart of the experience. You'll decide whether to align with mega corporations, rebel groups, or forge your own path, with the world reacting differently based on your allegiances. Dialogue is sharper, and player freedom is even greater, letting you roleplay as anything from a silver-tongued negotiator to a chaotic mercenary. The Outer Worlds 2 launches on the 29th of October, PC and Xbox Series X and S, and it'll be available day one on Xbox Game Pass. The standard edition comes in at $59.99, while the premium edition will be $89.99. It includes cosmetics, a digital art book and soundtrack, a DLC pass for the first and second story expansions, and up to 5 days early access as well, so you can actually get started on the 24th of October. With its trademark Obsidian wit, larger worlds, and meaningful choice and consequence gameplay, The Outer Worlds 2 is shaping up to be one of Xbox's standout RPGs of the year. Kingmakers is one of the most unique strategy action hybrids of the year, and maybe the decade. Part medieval sandbox, part modern warfare simulator, you play as a time traveler sent back to the Middle Ages, but instead of sword and shield, you're armed with modern weaponry, vehicles, and military tech. That means assault rifles versus knights, attack helicopters over castles, and tanks rolling through the medieval battlefields. The hook is how it blends the genres. From a third-person perspective, you can fight directly on the ground, taking part in the action with firearms, explosives, and gadgets. At any point, you can also switch to a real-time strategy layer, commanding squads, issuing battlefield orders, and deploying modern military assets to tip the scales in your favor. Think Total War meets Armor with a healthy dose of chaos and mayhem. Battles are massive in scope, with hundreds of units clashing at once. Catapults and cavalry charge against drones and rocket barrages, while fortified castles can crumble under airstrikes. The game emphasizes sandbox freedom, letting you experiment with how modern warfare breaks the balance of medieval combat. They kept the game on Unreal Engine 4 for optimization and for better performance handling, so many units and animations, which I think will be a great call in the long run. Unreal Engine 5 and heavy CPU usage usually mean more crashes and poorer performance after all. Multiplayer support is included with co-op campaigns where 4 players can join together in the online co-op mode, and you can work together to break down the enemy castle's defenses or defend allied strongholds against hordes of opponents. Though the single player sandbox is where much of the storytelling unfolds, explore the consequences of rewriting history with devastating technology. Kingmakers releases on the 8th of October 2025 for PC via Steam, but no price yet. The devs did confirm on the Steam discussion channels that it wouldn't be a $70 title though. If I had to guess, I'd estimate this to be around £30 to £40, not a full price AAA title, but also I don't expect it to be a budget indie title. Somewhere in the middle seems to fit it just right, I think. It's also a full launch, not early access. Console versions are in development for PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. They're expected later, most likely deep into 2026. With its mix of scale, spectacle, and sheer what-if chaos, Kingmakers could be one of the wildest strategy action games of the year. The haunting puzzle platformer series returns with Little Nightmares free, and for the first time it introduces full online co-op. You'll play as Lo and Alone, 2 children trying to escape the eerie and twisted realm of the Spiral, a collection of interconnected nightmarish worlds, each ruled by its own grotesque monster. What makes this entry stand out is the change in developer. Unlike the first 2 games, which were created by Tarsier Studios, Little Nightmares 3 is being developed by Supermassive Games, the studio best known for Until Dawn and the Dark Pictures anthology. Their experience with branching narratives, tension-filled pacing, and cinematic horror is already shaping this into a more ambitious and terrifying chapter, but it seems to still have the same gameplay elements and perspective of the first 2 titles. The co-op focus is another big shift. Lo and Alone each have unique abilities, and puzzles are designed around collaboration, from solving environmental challenges to surviving relentless enemies. If you prefer to play solo, the second character will be controlled by AI, like in the second game, but the design clearly leans into teamwork and shared problem solving. Atmosphere remains the beating heart of the series. Expect surreal horror, dark fairy tale imagery, and environments where the ordinary becomes grotesque. The story as always unfolds without dialogue, letting the disturbing visuals and soundscape do the talking. Little Nightmares 3 launches on the 9th of October for PC, PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and the Nintendo Switch 2. Priced at $34.39, and the deluxe edition for £50.12 includes cosmetic packs for Lo and Alone, and and the expansion pass for 2 additional chapters. If you pre-order, you will receive the first Little Nightmares Enhanced Edition for free and to play immediately as well. With Supermassive Games at the helm and the introduction of online co-op, Little Nightmares 3 looks set to be the most cinematic and unsettling and collaborative entry to the series yet. Fear not Fantasia Studios though, they have a spiritual successor in the form of a new IP called Reanimal, and that's coming soon, most likely in 2026. That one's also worth adding to your wishlist. After years of delays and uncertainty, Vampire the Masquerade Bloodlines 2 is finally set to release in October 25. It's been a long and bumpy road for the sequel to the cult classic, which originally released for Windows back in November 2004, and fans have been following every twist along the way since. For reference, the original game released around the same time as Half-Life 2, Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater, and Halo 2, just to put that into perspective for how long it's been. Originally announced back in 2019, the game went through a period of what can only be described as development hell. Multiple delays, developer changes and then being replaced, and concerns that it might be cancelled altogether. It's now being developed by the Chinese Room, best known for Everybody's Gone to Rapture, Amnesia and Machine for Pigs, as well as the recently excellent Still Wakes the Deep. And Paradox Interactive are stepping in as the publisher. That switch has given the game new direction, but it also means expectations are cautious with Paradox's DLC obsession, more on that later. The gameplay itself is all about navigating Seattle's vampire underworld. You'll choose your clan, each with unique disciplines, from mesmerizing mortals and vanishing into the shadows to unleashing raw supernatural force. Combat mixes first-person melee and ranged action with vampiric powers, but the real heart of the game is in its role-playing, balancing hunger, politics, and fragile masquerade that keeps vampires hidden from humanity. Seattle has been built as a living backdrop, neon-lit city streets, seedy underground clubs, and the rain-soaked alleyways, all filled with factions vying for your loyalty. Choices you make will carry serious weight, burning bridges with some allies while cementing power with others. There has been controversy around the DLC. Paradox initially announced that some clans and content would be locked behind paid add-ons at launch, which sparked a huge backlash. Recently, they've walked that back, promising a fairer approach, but it's left fans wary. It's a reminder that while the game is finally happening, there are still reasons for cautious optimism. The standard edition will retail at $49.99 with a deluxe edition for £58.50, including clan cosmetics, and a premium edition for $74.99, packing in the expansion pass for 2 future story packs, which are expected to come in Q2 and Q3 2026. Launching 21st of October on PC, PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, Bloodlines 2 has been a long time coming. After years in development hell, it finally looks set to rise from the grave. But whether it lives up to its legacy remains to be seen. Blood of Mehran is a story-driven action RPG rooted in Persian mythology. You play as Mehran, a warrior battling to reclaim his homeland from invading forces and supernatural entities drawn from ancient folklore. Combat is skill-based, with melee weapon mastery, dodging, and magic abilities forming the backbone of gameplay. The world offers exploration across deserts, ruined cities, and mythological realms, each telling pieces of Mehran's journey. Think Assassin's Creed Origins meets Prince of Persia with some indie energy mixed in. Might be the closest thing we get to a new Prince of Persia game, for a while anyway. Launching on the 7th of October for PC via Steam, Xbox Series X and S, and PS5, there's no price or demo for this one at the time of recording. Sunken Engine is a Lovecraftian ship repair simulator. Restore the old shipyard you inherited from your father. Each arriving ship carries a dark mystery waiting to be uncovered. While keeping your customers happy, you must also deal with the strange and eerie events happening on the island. Gameplay blends ship repair simulation while in a Lovecraftian atmosphere with weird occurrences, dropping sanity, and plenty of challenges and mysteries to keep you going. Fans of the excellent Dredge may be interested in this one perhaps as well. The game launches on the 16th of October for PC and early access via Steam. No pricing or additions confirmed yet, but there is a demo you can try on Steam right now if you're interested. Escape from Duckov is a satirical open-world action extraction game with heavy emphasis on absurd humor and a certain inspiration from a popular looter-shooter extraction game. I'll let you figure out which one that is. You'll navigate the corrupt fictional area of Duckov, balancing the risk and reward of looting and surviving before building defenses in your hideout and crafting better gear. The gameplay mixes parody with top-down tension and looting with a cartoon aesthetic and plenty of charm. Releasing 16th of October on PC via Steam, it'll be $17.99. There will be a 12% discount for the first 2 weeks, meaning it will be just $15.83 initially. Fellowship is a cooperative action RPG built for up to 4 players where each hero fills a unique role in combat similar to the DPS, tank, and healer roles you get in popular MMOs like Final Fantasy XIV and World of Warcraft. Together you'll face massive bosses, engage in dungeons, and uncover a fantasy world torn apart by corruption. The game emphasizes synergy and a focus on the dungeon runs of MMOs without all the other bits in between. They endlessly scale while you grab all the loot, rewards, and gear that you desire. My main question mark around this is the progression for the long run. Presumably new dungeons and content to keep it fresh, but we'll have to see, and how much loot is enough at the end of the day. It launches on the 16th of October for PC via Steam into early access, and there's no pricing currently. I don't expect this will be free to play title, but I can't see it being more than £25 to be honest. We'll have to see. Buzz from a recent open playtest was good, so here's hoping for a smooth launch. I've got a video of this on my channel as well from the playtest that I checked out a few months ago, so you can check that out on my channel if you're interested. From Double Fine Productions, known for Psychonauts and Brutal Legend, and Lee Petty for Broken Age and Stacking, Keeper is an atmospheric puzzle adventure told without words. A long-forgotten lighthouse awakens, sprout legs, and together, with a spirited seabird, sets off across a mysterious island on an otherworldly adventure. Expect exploration, gentle environmental puzzles, and a surreal, heartening tale about companionship and transformation as you journey towards the island's center. Launches on the 17th of October on PC. There's no pricing information for this one at this time. Away From Home is a rhythm-based RPG with expressive pixel art and a story focus. You inhabit Abby, guided by her brother Michael, making story-shaping choices as you roam towns, take on side quests, and dive into encounters that mix JRPG exploration, timed rhythm combat. Multiple routes, side missions, and quirky characters round out a charming emotive adventure. Earthbound and Mother 3 being cited as strong influences with the side content and random events of Yakuza 0. Away From Home launches 17th of October on PC with a free demo available on Steam currently. No price for this one at this time. Ria Hayabusa returns in Ninja Gaiden 4, bringing back the series' signature fast-paced, punishing combat. Expect lightning quick swordplay, brutal combos, and precise dodging mechanics in a mix of modern urban settings and mythological arenas. The game promises expanded weapon styles, new ninjutsu powers, and cinematic boss encounters that will test even veteran players. The devs working on this are stacked as well. Platinum Games are helping out, known for Bayonetta, Nier Automata, and Vanquish, while the original devs of Ninja Gaiden, Team Ninja, are driving the development, who also are the masterminds behind the Neo series too. Releasing on the 21st of October for PC, PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, the standard edition is set at $59.99 and there's a deluxe edition for $79.99. That includes some skins for Ryu and Yakumo, and a future gameplay content DLC which is called The Two Masters, as well as some in-game items. The cult classic FPS is back. Painkiller reimagines the original with modern visuals while keeping the over-the-top weaponry and relentless demon slaying intact. Players will blast through gothic arenas using insane weapons like the stake gun and the shuriken launcher, all backed by a heavy metal soundtrack. It's fast, chaotic, and pure arcade shooting action. Trapped in purgatory, you are sentenced for your transgressions against heaven, but the voice of the creator gives you a chance to redeem yourself. As one of the champions, you are to stop the fallen angel Azazel, who is about to unleash his demonic armies onto Earth. You'll face the hordes of enemies, demons with unique powers, and three monstrous children of Azazel, the Nephilim. A Doom and Painkiller game in the same year, Gothic boomer shooter fans are eating good this year. Launches 21st of October for PC and consoles at a budget price of $34.99 with a deluxe edition for $44.99, which includes a season pass for some weapons and character skins. Ad Hoc Studio is a new studio which includes former writers and directors from Telltale Games, including Wolf Among Us and The Walking Dead. Their new game is called Dispatch, and it's a superhero workplace comedy where choices matter. You play Robert Mecha Man Robertson, now working as a superhero dispatch center after losing his suit. Manage a roster of ex-villains, balance office relationships, and use a strategy map to send the right or wrong heroes to real-time city emergencies. Your decisions shape relationships, allegiances, and outcomes. Think those 112 emergency games, but with a heavy focus on story and gorgeous visuals. A star-studded voice cast includes Aaron Paul from Breaking Bad, Laura Bailey from The Last of Us 2, and Jeffrey Wright from Casino Royale, The Batman, Westworld. There's also Moist Critical, Jacksepticeye, Alana Pierce, Erin Yvette to round out the cast, among others as well. There's a free demo available on Steam right now, and the game launches 22nd of October on PC in an episodic format, true Telltale roots here, with 2 episodes each week, concluding by November the 12th, to capture that week-to-week discourse and TV feel. As far as I'm aware, it will be a single price for the whole game. You won't need to pay per episode or anything like that, but there is no pricing details for this at this time. Caroline Walker's returns in Tormented Souls 2. The survival horror throwback returns with a sequel building on its Resident Evil-inspired roots. Expect fixed camera angles, tense exploration and puzzle solving, and limited resources as you explore a new nightmarish mansion setting. Following the harrowing events of Wildberger Hospital, Caroline Walker hopes for a normal life with her sister, Anna. Yet in the months that follow, Anna is haunted by visions of violence and death, compelling her to create disturbing drawings that rapidly manifest into horrifying reality. Desperate to free her of this affliction, Caroline travels to the remote town of Villa Hesse and a mysterious clinic nestled deep within the mountains of southern Chile. But behind the warm smiles of the facility's serene staff lies a sickening truth, and the sisters soon find themselves at the center of an entirely new nightmare. The sequel expands combat options while keeping its classic horror feel intact while modernizing controls, but you can still opt to use the tank controls should you wish as well. Releasing 23rd of October on PC, PS5 and Xbox Series X and S, there's no price right now, but there is a demo available on Steam that you can download and try it out if you're interested. Painted in Blood is a retro-style FPS boomer shooter. Fast movement, crunchy gunplay, big arenas, and secret stuffed levels. Trapped in the haunting realm of an artist's twisted nightmare, engage in intense combat with grotesque enemies and monsters. Experience unpredictable horror events that unfold dynamically, seamlessly blending classic retro FPS elements with modern elements as well. Expect non-linear maps, keycards, and brutal boss encounters with an emphasis on speed, strafing, and constant weapon swapping as you rip through the hordes. It's got that cool kind of 2D art style that pops out with the enemies as well. If you're into classic 90s shooters with modern refinements, this is squarely in that lane. Painted in Blood is coming out 23rd of October into early access on Steam. No pricing for this one yet. Moonlighter 2: The Endless Vault brings back the beloved shopkeeping dungeon crawler, this time set within the mysterious Endless Vault in a new distant village of Tresna. By day, you'll manage your shop, trading goods and reinvesting profits to upgrade your town. By night, you'll delve into procedurally generated dungeons, battling monsters, avoiding traps, and uncovering powerful loot to bring back and sell. The sequel pushes the formula forward with larger dungeon layouts, more enemy variety, and an expanded town progression system that ties your growth as a merchant directly to the adventuring loop. Narrative elements have also been teased as more prominent this time, a new 3D art style with new characters and lore surrounding the Endless Vault itself. The game will launch first in early access, allowing players to help shape its systems before the full release. It's coming out on Steam, PS5 and Xbox Series X and S. There's no price or demo at this time. Misery is a stalker-like PvE co-op survival experience. Squad up, stalk hostile zones and survive anomaly-ridden wilderness while scavenging, repairing gear and managing hunger, bleeding and radiation. Firearms customization, careful sound and stealth matter as much as your marksmanship, and there will be night operations that change the rules entirely. Head back to your base to then build out your hideout and expand the hub to survive and endure. Stalker and Lethal Company combine brilliantly here for this roguelite, but it's certainly not for the faint of heart, as despite its pixel aesthetic, it is brutal and harrowing as the best of them in the genre. Built for 1 to 5 players, it's about tense excursions from a safe hub into the unknown, and making it back with something worth keeping. It's coming out 23rd of October. There isn't a price settled on this yet. They did ask in the recent player survey after the playtest, and they're factoring that in. It's likely to be $9.99 with a supporter edition for a few more bucks if you're interested as well. But as I said, there's nothing confirmed at this time. The playtest was very enjoyable. You can check my videos for Misery out on the channel if you're interested to see it in action while we wait for the release. Remain is an open world zombie MMO focused on long-term survival in a persistent player-populated world. Explore and loot collapsing cities, craft and upgrade gear, and work with or against other survivors to build bases and hold territory. Dynamic hordes, weather, and world events keep servers unpredictable. Logistics, vehicles, and teamwork often decide who endures the apocalypse. It'll have an 80 square kilometer explorable map with plans to have this as big as 256 square kilometers with subsequent updates. It'll have independent servers, a PvE mode, and a dedicated PvP mode as well. The fun thing here is that you can capture zombies and put them to work, or even have them fight for you, as well as also having electrical power systems, vehicles you can scavenge and obtain, and hunting wildlife to gather food supplies or pelts for trading. Looks really promising. The only caveat or fear I have with this, I guess, is that it's a smaller indie studio making a self-declared MMO. These are massive undertakings, so we'll have to see how it launches and with what polish and features can they deliver. It looks very interesting though, so I'm hoping so. It releases on Halloween, the 31st of October, into early access on Steam, and there is no price at this time. And that wraps up all the games that caught my eye coming in October 2025 to PC. Shout out to Ghosts of Yotai, that is coming out on PS5 on October 2nd, but this channel is a PC channel primarily. Decided to focus on PC releases moving forward, otherwise the list gets too big. It's already big as it is, and it helps me to spend some more time shining light on some of those fantastic indie games that come out too. Ghosts of Yotai will no doubt feature in one of these videos, I'm sure, in the next year, also when Sony bring it over to Steam. That all said, this month is massive. Battlefield 6 and The Outer Worlds 2 are the start of some huge IP releases, and I'm so looking forward to Arc Raiders and Misery. Please don't forget to check out the Arc Raiders playtest that is on the 17th to 19th of October. It's on PC and consoles, and there's no sign up required. You just download and play. Battlefield 6 and Dispatch will be on my list, I think, as well, and I've been looking forward to Kingmakers for a long time. I'm excited for that. Let me know down in the comments which game are you most excited to dive into this October. Is there anything in the backlog or anything you're waiting for? If you enjoyed this roundup, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and make sure you don't miss next month's list. I really appreciate you supporting me and the channel. It really means a lot. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care.